Hello everyone, I am the Plane Shifter. He is Lahee Eshkree. This share is not Lala friendly. And I'm phasing into the universe of Final Fantasy XIV. We are ready to continue. Guardian of Eorzea. I do not remember what quest this is. I remember now what quest this is. Ophelia has some correspondence she wishes to share with you. And I'm gonna get materia that's completely useless. Great. They need to put the money option here because what am I gonna do with this? It's actually not worth attaching materia to anything that's not end game gear. Like level 1 gear made for you to wear when you are level 100 at this point. Everything else you end up substituting anyway. Alright. Now, the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Lahee. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Ion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all of the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogomog 12, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In this course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Lahee, and the Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part for the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of conflict. Of Alizé, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the calamity. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alag, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. I think this is optional text that she mentions because I did the side quests. Interesting. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Asians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. This sounds like Alfie now. It is Alfie now. I legit didn't remember. Alfino, I take the troubles in Uda no longer require your attention? There are yet rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? Oh yes, I do. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Well, I couldn't be of more help on that case, but I'm glad it all ended up well. Good job, Alfino. Why, Alfino? Am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Lahee, you have been away from Revenant stalls for some time now. I believe, might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yuzan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? My pleasure. I realize that you must be quite tired from your travels, but I would most appreciate it if you could find a moment to speak to young Yozan. He has been through much in his own right, I am sure. Refugee from Doma, a lot of time in a ship, running from the empires. Yes, that's kind of obvious. After we parted in Uda, I paid a visit to the refugees. Though a fundamental solution remains far off, I believe that at the very least, there should be no armed uprisings in the near future. I am giving to understand that you resolved the matter of Ramu. I will ask Miphilia for a full report when next we speak. You have done well, Lahee. Well, thank you. You're not too shabby either. I was speechless during Mifilia's speech. I mean, she's right. I'm amazing. How do I not make it not go to my head? Keep it real. Lahee, keep it real. The storm has passed, and a moment of quietude is ours. Tata is using her newfound time to further her studies, and I would follow her example. If living in Eorzea has taught us anything at all, is that such restful moments are fleeting. Their clouds ever steers anew on the horizon. With the dumb and younglings dashing around, heated and young, there is hardly a moment of peace to be had. That said, traveling with Ida is not as if I knew much of peace to begin with. Where's Tata? Let's talk to the kids later. I told Philemon all about our adventures in the Silverlands. Fake Tancred and all. You won't tell the real Tancred, will you? I have no clue what you're talking about. I missed the whole action. I do not know where we would be without Higiri. The girl has worked tirelessly for us every day since her arrival. Do you suppose all Doman women are so diligent? Who knows? Despite all the hardships they have faced, the younglings pursue their training with great zeal. We older ones would do well to follow their example. Ah, Lahee, care to watch the lessons before you journey on your way? I dare say your presence would go far to inspire the younglings. Ooh, training session. How is it going, Hori? Repetition and routine beget skill. Skill begets confidence, and I would do what I can to see the Domans regain their strength of will. $137, $138, $130. Oh, hello there. I've been shyly keeping inventory. Philemon tells me it's vitally important. Oh dear, I seem to have just lost count. Sorry about that. Never is a woman more lovely than when she's hard at work, I say. A wild rose, strong and beautiful, blooming tall in the face of the frozen winds. You behave, you'll hear that? Many of my countrymen have found work at frontier hands, helping to transport supplies and continuing the expansions of Revenant 2. I have been tasked with keeping the equipment here in good repair. It's not particularly glamorous work, but I would help in whatever way I can. Important nevertheless. Did you talk to the wire? Yes. If I were as big as a mountain and strong as a bear like Mr. Boulder is, maybe I would like fighting more. I can teach you spells. Here is how to summon cute stuff. Ta-da! You are the cutest carbuncle. Yes, you are. Are you taking a rest too? Promise you play with us again soon. That game of hide and seek in Vesper Bay was the most fun I've had in forever. Yozen's always been the strongest of us, but even he is no match for Koharu when she's mad. I'm not missing anybody, am I? No. Look, it's Mr. Lahee. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Believe me, you'd better not be anywhere close to those things. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Mr. Lahee? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What is all the commotion then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Courtenay, did you know that Mr. Lahee is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Lahee. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Science, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Kotane. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore, we are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Lahee if he could give us some special training. Think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Lahee? A demonstration of skilled arms, if you will. I can cross books. Hoary, if I didn't know any better, and I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, perhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Lahee? Would you consent to spar with me? Sure, as long as Carmichael consents too. Hurrah! We're to have a tournament! Come on, everyone! We must prepare our gear for an outing! Do try not to disappoint them, huh? Have faith, Kotane. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purposes. I very much look forward to our bout. It's gonna be fun. So turn we heroes of conscience unstained, may all stop at naught till what's lost is regained. Oh, hello again. Philemon has been teaching me some Eorzean ballads. Though I hail from a faraway land, there is something about music that truly transcends borders. Higiri has told me about Doman tea with a most remarkable fragrance, what I would not give to taste it for myself. If I ever get to Doma. Nothing warms me inside quite like Higiri's tea. Truly, it's a salve for the body and soul. Just as some children possess wisdom beyond their years, some adults are a little more than children's writ large. Remember this, and it should save you a measure of frustrations in your dealings with those around you. Yeah. I dare say they heard you talking a mile away. Eden Tancred dashed out not moments ago. Will they ever start acting their age? Let them have fun. Papalimo, sometimes I think you're way too stuck up, you know? Loosen up a bit. Is this sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. It can be dangerous if you're not careful, but we are not trying to hurt each other. It might happen though. We had a master of lessons back in Doma. and the way he taught us was very different from Mr. Boulder. I'm not sure which way is better, but I think I like them both. Nice. Mr. Lahee is here. Let the battle begin. As we left the Rising Stones, Mr. Tancred asked us where we were going. I told him we were off to watch you and Mr. Boulder fight, and he looked very surprised. I hope you haven't made him cross. He knows it's none of his business. Since becoming a Scion, I have had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. I must confess, then, that my excitement rivals that of the children at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. I'll try to give a good show. So Ida and Tancred are supposed to be around. Are they actually visible in the world? Are they hiding? That's part of the whole of the flagship. Midgard Sommer's corpse around the flagship, the Imperial flagship that he fell. That's like how many landmarks does this place need? The Crystal Tower is right over there. Alright, let's do this. It was good of you to agree to this, Lahee. I trust you are ready to begin? Yeah, Carbon agreed as well. Very well, let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hori, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is, Lahee, you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, it was this hero's legend that led me to join the Science to begin with. Without Lahee to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, it is for the children's sakes as well as your own. Should it appear that the contest will went too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? I think it's Ida. It is Ida. Ida, what? Who are these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Told you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there is still more to come. When I mentioned Lahee's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems a bit sickly. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Oh. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He is a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. Let's do this. Oh, come on, Boulder. Such power. The tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder, you won't lose, will he? It's not over. It can't be. Come on, Mr. Boulder. Aye, they shouldn't have the right of it. It's time I join the fray. On your feet, Harry. Come on, guys. Put your backs into it. Oh no, he looks hurt. You okay, Harry? Mr. Lahee so strong, but you can't give back, Mr. Boulder. You can't disappoint the younglings. Oh, okay, you have fight in you, I must admit. Is there anything I should follow? I shall not surrender to his implacable foe. That's a good one. Need to realign. And this done. You have bested me. I yield. I hope I didn't rough you too hardly. That was incredible! He beat them both at the same time! We knew you couldn't lose, Lahee. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they say you... Now I see why they sent you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Don't give up. I don't think I have anything special compared to any of you. Well, maybe I do. Impressive as always, Lahee. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that's the most fitting title. I also like Eikoni's lair. Do you recall when first we met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartenel. Yeah, we met before, but you forgot. That's okay. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand the land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason for my grandfather willingly sacrificing himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Their problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought the Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their homes was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The legatus single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue your grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. It was you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. How so? It was you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor a single nation. It was the people. Those wonderful, often infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to rid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of guardian of Eorzea, and champion of these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the science of the Seventh Dawn alone. You have the right of it. No, what is needed is to tackle the root of the primal threat, and effectively counter the schemes of Ascians. As is a new, expanded organization. Let me read it again. No. What is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that cooperates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me into building such an organization, then pray, let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. I'm curious about what you have in mind. Our domain farming methods have been adopted here in the frontier. It is too early yet to know if they will prove to be effective. I wish they were not so eager to look to the future when we have so many problems in the here and now. I can't wait for Alfino to start his new company. I love making new friends. Okay. I fear Yida's boundless optimism is beginning to affect my better judgment, and your tendency to triumph against the most terrible of foes certainly not helping matters. Oh, let's keep that at the space then. I like it. Your bout with Reborn is more stirring than 100 lines of my most passionate poetry. Mayhaps I should arrange a sparring match of my own. You need to ask Carbuncle. No, this won't do at all. And then I'll have to... Oh, hello, Lahee. If you don't mind, I'm terribly busy at the moment. Alright, I'll leave you alone. Not overdo it. It is not enough that I'm here for my daughter. I must do what little I can to help you succeed in your monumental tasks. This place has become as a hive, and its bees flit about in constant motion. Perhaps a soothing pot of tea will coax one or two to alight and take a moment's rest. What is this word alight? Okay. My people's spirits were thoroughly crushed by the loss of our homeland, but thanks to your courage and generosity, I see their inner flames once more flicker back to life. I too have felt my strength of will make a gradual return. Nice. I thought the idea foolish at first, but it seems that sparring match will served its purpose. Why? I can hardly wait to return to my studies and seek to improve upon my technique. Lahee, I must thank you again for agreeing to our bout. It was fun. And I must thank the gods that was not a duel to the death. I will, however, cherish the lesson of each scrape and bruise as I work to better my swordplay. Stay away from my edges. Mr. Boulder fought well, but he was no match for you, Mr. Lahee. Just you wait, one day I'll be good enough to knock you from the top of your mountain. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. We need to decide who in our adventurers guild will do what. I'm fairly sure Eorzea will have to be the sword fighter. He always has to be in the thick of the action. Mr. Board is sore and beaten, but he said he'd return straight to his training. I don't think he likes to lose. Nobody does. I like the way Mr. Coultoney fought. No swords or fast. I wonder if I studied harder, I would be able to cast spells like that too. Of course you could. Don't know if the cutscene will trigger when I enter the solar, so I'm gonna get water now. Nope. Okay, it's new. With the primal threat subdued, now it's the perfect time to focus on new endeavors. Alphinaud has long been laying the groundwork for this organization of his, and he looks to you to help turn his proposal into reality. Pray, lend him what aid you can. Thank you for your coming, Lahee. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Okay. I am listening. Alphinaud wishes to request your assistance for his new endeavor, recruiting the realm. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Austral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, and direct against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formations have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operations accorded to the science. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organizations under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But, as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Science Command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organizations and those of the Science are ultimately identical, a point considered by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing these precursors to the true, border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members, while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Very well. Thank you. It is reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Lemsa. Let us rendezvous at the Bulwark Hall. A grand company under the leadership of Minfilia. I can get behind that. And with the promoter... okay, that's the same thing. Let's see how everyone is doing outside before we go to Lemsa. Pretty much the same. Yep, let's go to Lemsa. Wrong way. There you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blefusven. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundary and signing parchments, I would have you begin recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, this is of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, for that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it, and you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter, and we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Very well, the upper decks. To the drowning wench. Someone drank too much. Hello, sir. Thank you very much. Gotta save on the gal. Captain Rushwind led the Sanguine Sirens to the top of the food chain here in Lisa. You want to join the meanest crew on the sea? Then you'd be best bloody your cutlass and thicken your hide. I thought you were formed only by women. Huh? Who in the bloody house do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not someone sodding knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dirty Carvelane's door. Carvelane's, eh? You know, having a seasoned pirate on deck would probably be pretty good, but eh. Upper curses join United Eorzea Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Nautic and Vimalis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. The armor guides will be willing to accept commissions. Okay. That will do. Well, we fight in Lahee. I'd not forget an adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. Remember overall, don't you? Formerly of the old company of heroes? The Whistles at Bronze Lake? Yeah, I do remember you. Aye, don't often I drag my arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How far are you these days? Well, I'm recruiting for an interesting endeavor. I wonder if you would be interested? You're looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Ha, sounds like a right lark, it does. Alright, Light, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. See you around then. I'm going to say that. Have any... What's going on here? You are hoping to join the crowd? You have to walk to the back of the line and wait your turn with these others. Perhaps the captain will like your face. Perhaps he'll pitch you over the wall. There are many and more willing to risk his fickle favor for a chance to serve on Limling's most beloved ship. Oh? And why should I take a sky as yourself? I want to see him fly, Captain. I already have a job. So the next are all the way up. What did I do wrong here? I want to be at the aft castle. The busiest eaterite shard in now of Lemsalamansa. Master Alfino's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his Triumph Company was in the offing. It is with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. Oh. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsalaminsa must needs to receive my full attention. An important job, nevertheless. And boy, do Lemsa needs protection. Carveling. Most folk think Limsalamins are the seat of pirates, but New Era has ushered in a new breed of buccaneer. Are you interested in hearing more? Not at this point. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, her proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there are time to act and time to watch. And I'm afraid this trail company of yours falls into the latter category. Well, I hope your watch is worth it. Alright. Alfino said to meet him at the airship landing, and I'm completely lost in the city. I want to be here. You're probably going to somewhere else. There you are. Lahee, your recruiting went well, I trust? I am curious to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsalamins. One person agreed, and you can trust the Armorers Guild to provide you with armor. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest? Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. If you could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the other city seers proceeds as smoothly. Pray, continue on to Gridon at your own pace. I shall wait at your arrival at the Nofika's altar. One ticket to the Gridania, please. Thank you very much. Nofika as well. My audience with the Elder City series is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Should have used this shard. Place is so empty when there's no events going on. Oh gods, can it really be you? By what fickle of fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It's I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at the Buscarons. Ah, yes, the guy that was feeding information to Garlemald. Yeah, I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Gale had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting people for a new grand company? Recruiting, huh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? We don't have one. As matter stands, the Wood Whalers will have not more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Reverend Stowe, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. I wonder if that was a good idea. I'm having second thoughts. But let's hope the dude actually changed. Wouldn't do if he falls back into crime, would it? Ooh. I'm probably gonna use, but this stuff is expensive and it costs real money. Oh, is you doing an alien? On the day we're doing the first dungeons when we're still like on tutorial mode. My back's perfectly fine, I tell you. You'll have to tie me to my bed if you think to prevent me from... Oh, ow! Well, perhaps I will rest for just a short while. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm very sorry, we're just... Oh, Lahee, isn't it? It has been some time since our past crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Yeah, I remember you too. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look how far you've come. Mother Mion tells me it was you who felled the fearsome black wolf. Indeed, not without help though. And now you seek to stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I should join your company just as soon as I've seen to Isildur safely home. Oh, he's talking about his back. Let's not make him stand up again. If you would have me, I would be glad to join your new company. I shall make for evidence too, once I've escorted my dear friend back home. I thought he was your grandfather. Or father. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. You could try to undo some evils and join, but, well, you do you. I guess you're not good for combat. Run about logistics. An army running at their stomachs. Nah. It is not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise. But its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation to such times your organization is more organized. I mean, it makes sense. Is he watching the stairs, hoping to see me coming down from that? Which is the one I want? Probably not that one. What news, Lahee? For my part, the Elder Seed was most amenable to your requirements. I got someone else, I'm not entirely sure about him now. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer? Our company will not like for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Udal whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. I hope you're not planning to recruit the Sultan Sorn. They are sworn to the Sultan. Uda, the gilded city where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us. And that is the final leg, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the tower level before beginning your... Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Lahee. Well? Smart. Ah, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me perchance? I am Orson of the Church of Saint Meladema. Thank you again for your timely rescue. Kinda. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Tancred, wasn't it? No, today I'm having another companion. These new companions, you seek them. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Well, thank you. The Waivers Guild. Why the Waivers Guild? It's Yellow Moon. Why? Why hair? I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashion and manner of proposing to a lady? Well, I am afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, sir. Give the lady some space. Will you? some of the I could wonder what people were thinking for some of the recruitment. A component that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. I was hoping you could work with logistics. But whatever. Aye, you'd be surprised what rumors drifted down into Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the streets say your organization is funded by corrupt coin. By syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. What is Alfie now doing? Of course, this is just rumors. Wait, you're the man who came to Little Old Amigo looking for that masked devil? That is, and got you out of some big trouble. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We're such fools. And road, the disaster really got me thinking, made you thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realize how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man, so here I am. A new company of champions? And you say that you take me to all corners of the realm? Most likely. That sounds like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Old Amigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Good, because you're probably gonna meet them again. How fared you, Lahee? What hidden gems did the street of Uda offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A couple people. A single Alamigan out? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvations must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have reason to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires those people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won, witnessed it firsthand. Thank you, Lahee. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. This recruit will be the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessing. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. About the finances. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. These organizations will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding the enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had the chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust and success at a time. But we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. By airship? That said, Ulda at night. It's a sight. Oh, I forgot about this cutscene.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ulda is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
So Lolorito is not involved. That's a plus.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Uldan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? And what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
I know exactly how you feel, Nanamo. Alright. That's not a journey I so wish to repeat. I do it all the time. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our efforts is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Lahee. I'm certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Phew. My grandfather formed the Circle of Knowing in the hopes that, through the accumulation of knowledge, Eorzea might be saved from disaster foretold. A band of champions brought together by a common goal, to lead our realm to a better tomorrow. Though our means may differ, I would like to believe I do him proud in undertaking this new endeavor. This quest line was evil, making me read Alfino all the time. He talks too much. Heretical harassment. Infelius please eager to welcome you back to Revenant's 2. Greetings, Lahee. Alfino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alfino to see that all is in readiness. So, I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's 2 of late, and I wonder if Stormblood may not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught that he requires? Would he need a primal slaying? I always go to the wrong way around this terrain. What can I do for you, Lahee? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the science. Well, people want to see how things are going on around here. Ha! I barely noticed your recruits arrive. Just barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, it is more your burden that concerns me. And without this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Well, I'll still be the primary primal slayers with the power of the echo and everything. So Reborn, the shipment, we couldn't... What's going on? Godswoman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's to provisions and market for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over in Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There are many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is now to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take a rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did the supplies originate? House for Tom. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are appraised of this development. Lahee, were you not in good terms with the Knights of House for Tom? Indeed I was. I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my early hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Understood? Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Hausrefant will be glad of your assistance. Alright. I've never so completely failed in a task, but those heretics, they fell upon us like wintry demons. Okay, better be on my guard then. And talking about being on my guard then... let's make sure I'm on my guard now. I should have teleported. Well, well, if it isn't my fine friend, Lahee Eshkree. Would you care for a plate of roast caracal? Some mulled wine? No? I see you have come into my house. You have not come into my house merely to escape the beating cold. No, I have nefarious business. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's too, and I suspect the time of your arrival is no coincidence. No, it's not. Once the cold sets in. That's an interesting mask. I can't wear it though. Is there anything? Nothing for spellcasters. Considering that my main character is a V8, I can never wear the hats. I can wear stuff like this. I like this lion. This is for tanks. Okay. Knocked circlet. Lord Hausefant waits confirmation of the reason for your visit to Camp Dragonhead.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, no, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
That's what I do, actually.
Halone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Very well. Alright, have work to do. In the code. I was really hoping that I did not have to come back here. Oh well. I guess even in visiting Ishgard eventually might be an inevitability. Lahee, is there aught you would ask of me? Please speak plainly. I am a man of action and need no honeyed words. I'm investigating an incident involving heretics laid Ice Heart and some supplies to Mordona. On the trail of a body of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess then, 'tis sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Ice Heart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims? As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow, and carried him into the infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. That could be useful. Thank you very much, sir. Wait. I should have done that to Haushafan. Where are my manners? Mistreated merchant. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly blackhearts. I was traveling my usual road to Whitepin Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals. They're taking everything. You said crystals, huh? To the extent that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me it was a miracle I survived at all, and I will not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Wise. crystals. Unnatural fervor, or at least unusual fervor. I think I have seen the symptoms before. I don't like it. What is going on here? Those are knights. This is not good. Yeah, draw your weapon for. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. Yeah, draw your weapon for. Oh, wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are come seeking heretics? Indeed, I am. Then we share a common purpose. You were on patrol when we changed to the cross on one of the raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they're gone, vanished, like I see right. Odd. I saw something. You glimpse a woman atop the cliff? Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? Maybe. And where did she disappear? The Rex must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall. Some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best were we to return to Whitebreen Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillamon. Alright. Hopefully get some reinforcements. Alright. I'm on it. Lahee, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spare no detail in the report. The men you found near the Snowcloaks were some of my finest, that they should be bested so handily. I fear we have woefully underestimated the threat of these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask, that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Hashfant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of his Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Alright. Hopefully I could help some. I am confused. I'm also confused. I'm so confused I'm gonna fly. And that's what happened.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
Not much, I'm afraid. But
Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
well, thank you. Pray, tell the frontier hands to fret not over stolen supplies. Just put a pittance compared to the rewards we shall reap for having solid stronghold in Mordona. Well, thank you very much. I'll be on my way. Back to Revenant's Tomb. Lahee, it is good to see you return to the tow. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Quartus? Well, it's a long story. House Fortune is to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to the Lord Haushafen for his continued generosity. Yet, even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed and power. All of us, Alphinaud's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. Brave new companions? Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so I can actually wear this. Huh. It kind of blends in with my hair. Is it dyeable? Oh yes. I might take you up on this for glam. Brave new companions, Slaveborn has news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony. Yeah, we need to inaugurate the Crystal Braves at least. I don't think they ever said the name yet. Whoops! Spoiler alert! While you were away in Cortes, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but complete. Although Totaro does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do it a hand? She probably could. Is it still the same thing? Yep. Hey Totaro, need some help? These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah! Well, hey, you started me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid! Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about revenues too, and I haven't had time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately, and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Indeed. I don't think I ever worn the Maelstrom uniforms. Not my style. Wow. Look at the amount. Oh yeah, the thing that I... Yeah. This scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom, and Hurty, he defender of Limsa Lamensa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and thought this new company a final opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. A deep blue uniform crafted specially for the Alphinaud's new trial organization. Well, here you are. Whoa, now that's a striking shade of blue. But alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. See you in the ceremony. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilberd, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Good. First step, wear this. The uniforms are a sure decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Good thing you agree. Hey, sir. Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was ya? I'd suggest giving you a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it alongside all the bustle. Well, here's a new set of clothes to you. Oh, proper uniforms and all. I think you could have the blood out of me head. And not to worry though, I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Hey, Wilrand. Little amigo could learn much from Revenant's too. That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. Right to become Willblow? I've never worn out quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll go accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Lahee Eshkree? Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. Did that inspire you to join the company? It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Ah, you wear a twin adder. And oh, Alien. Isildur has at least retired from the adventurous life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. Hope we can be a good company. Ah yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. I felt the same when I joined the Science, to be honest. flame. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself, this is an investment in the future. Just did I sign my name to the cause. Well, here's your uniform. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. I began as a humble waiter at guard, yet as you have witnessed, I stand poised to join the race of glorious new order. Where before my pockets were empty, now shall they bulge with coin. I do not trust this you Hasek. Do the others have their uniforms already? I should already be on my way before the ceremony begins. I'll make you proud, Isildur. Oh, come on. Here's hoping I don't run across any of me old mates wearing this outfit. I'll have their laughter ringing in my ears for days. It is not that I enjoy baring my skin. Keen, you understand? Tunneling was simply very hot. Never mind. Well, you're not wrong. I have followed the deeds of the Signs with the greatest awe and admiration. To fight at your side has long been a dream that I can scarce believe is coming true. I should have been talking to these people more. Let's see. This guy, and there is Ubird up there. Forgive me for shedding the red admiral, but I must devote my efforts to the greatest good. I was barely more than a refugee myself for a time, and I know what it is to be without hope. I shall do my utmost to see this company succeed. Nice. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Well, what about going to the ceremony? Ah, our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction to the Wood Whalers. No, I fail to see what so engages their attention. Yeah, no idea either. You can see clearly now the ringer is gone. Anyone else has speech bubbles? No. Yes, Lahee? Ah, the title mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits? Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Lahee. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Wow, with a salute and everything. Crystal Braves, huh?
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Wait, Alphino's the commander?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Honorary Commander Leveilleur. Huh.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Eorzea. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
Agreed.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
They do have a track record, but better not to just assume things.
I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No, she has been silent since.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommonly fierce this day. They're starting to transition into Heavensward. Oh no. Eorzea defended. Let's take a sneak peek. Traitor in the Midst. Minfilia would have you assist Elfino in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. But not today. Yeah, I think this is the end of a patch. And the start of another. Things are starting to get interesting. But yeah, alright, I'll be back with more Final Fantasy XIV next Monday and Wednesday at 8 PM Chimtilas 3. Next Sunday at 7 PM Chimtilas 3 I'll be playing more Vintage Story. If you've been watching me on Twitch, I do have a YouTube without the VODs. If you've been watching me on YouTube, come check me on Twitch live. And yeah, this is one interesting thing. Like later on, the patches at least includes like a dungeon and maybe a trial, but there is nothing here. We just did story. That's strange. Realm Reborn has a lot more like optional dungeons though. So I guess that's what they're doing at this point. That's interesting. How they changed the design philosophy of the game as time goes on. Like there are things that I just take like this is the way they do things, and it wasn't the way they did things. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am the Plane Shifter. He is Lahee Eshkree. And we're phasing out. Bye.